Hello, good afternoon. My name is PJ, and today I'll be discussing my personal branding and how I used it to help me overcome a situation or a problem that I experienced at work. So, first off, my personal branding centers around collaboration, communication, teamwork, and compassion. These things are crucial. I've had them my entire career. My personal branding has been consistent my entire career, from back when I was working in retail, to working in a grocery store, to working in banking, and most definitely now to working in healthcare. A little bit of my current role. I work in a nursing home as a supply leader and an activities coordinator. So in these two roles, as an activities coordinator, I report to my activities director, and together we plan, execute, and implement different activities and events for our residents as a group and on an individual basis. We also maintain a working relationship with all staff, but also community members that consist of religious groups, nonprofit organizations, and volunteers as well. And my role as supply lead, I report to the director of nursing and to the facility administrator. My role is maintaining, ordering, distributing, and organizing the supplies for our facility. Now, typically our facility usually has a census of about 120 residents, give or take, on any depending day. And I would say that in this role, I've experienced the most problems, especially early on. When I first came in, granted, this was my first time ever having a role of this magnitude where I was responsible for supplies of this many people, and also working in the long-term care industry, which is different from anything I've ever done before. So when I first started this role, my administrator and I came to an agreement that I had about 6 weeks, a month and a half, to put a ordering system in place and to organize my supply room. The reason I had this deadline is because I inherited an absolute mess. I came into a chaotic environment where everything was unorganized. The ordering system was inconsistent. There was no specific days that we had, or set days that we had deliveries come through, that we had orders go in. So it was just completely inconsistent and unorganized. So not only was this my first time in such a role, I had to fix everything up myself. So knowing this, I had two options. I either could isolate myself for the 6 weeks, try to put something together, brainstorm amongst myself, and really try to figure things out. Or I had the option of enlisting the help of other people, enlisting the help of staff that's been there longer than me, staff that has been tenured, staff that's more experienced, and really use myself as a sponge to suck up as much information I could, to really ask questions and get guidance and insight into my position. So of course I went with the latter. My personal branding, like I mentioned, is about collaboration and communication. And I definitely use this to the full extent, because for the next 3 weeks from the time I began, I really made myself available to any and everyone that I could. I sought out everyone from the morning shift to the day shift to the night shift even. And I spent long nights trying to figure things out, trying to work out plans, trying to execute certain things. And it was definitely challenging. I was overwhelmed in the beginning, but because of my persistence, and because I kept asking questions, I kept seeking help, I was able to finally, after 4.5 weeks, come up with an ordering system that was completely legit and consistent with what the administrator wanted. And I was able to organize my supply closet by categories. I was able to label everything, and so I myself could, be able to locate certain things, because I didn't know about a lot of supplies. I didn't know about a lot of things. So when different nurses and staff asked me for certain things, at first I didn't know where things were. So I was able to get all these things together, present it to my administrator, and with a few tweaks, she finally gave her approval, and I was successful because I put together something that was actually efficient. But it was only with the help of others, because I collaborated with them, and we used teamwork to put something of this magnitude together. And that was all because of my personal branding. So I hope you enjoyed. That's a little bit about my personal branding of collaboration, teamwork, communication, and also compassion. Thank you for listening, and have a great night.